26 of the Fit Strong Women Over 50 podcast for the Becoming Elli community. Hi, I'm Jill. If you're wondering who Elli is, she is the Norse goddess of aging, and Chris and I want to be like her because she defeated Thor in a wrestling match.
Thanks, Jill. I'm Chris, and I want to welcome all our listeners. We're thrilled that you're with us, and if this is your first time, we're hoping that you'll be back again for another episode as well. We work with women all over the country, but all over the world, and we're excited to build this community by sharing healthy tips and workout ideas and interviewing experts to develop information that's motivating and inspirational. We do have a Facebook group that you can join, and of course a Facebook page, and we're on all the social media. Today, we're really excited because we're speaking with Diane Reuther, who is a group exercise instructor since 1986. And she's just a delightful person. I think you're really going to enjoy listening to the interview. Currently, she teaches Pilates, SilverSneakers, and a step class. And she also talked with us about her recovery from surgery this past summer and how she got back into shape so that she could teach all these classes.
That's great. I'm looking forward to hearing this discussion.
Let's go ahead and go to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast, Diane. We have Diane Reuther with us, who is a group exercise instructor. Welcome, Diane.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me.
It's good to have you join us.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, we are real interested in your background. You've been teaching classes for quite a while now. When did you first get certified?
I was first certified in 1987, and that was through ACE, American Council on Exercise.
Okay, and that you said was in Indiana?
I lived in Indiana.
Okay.
And that's for group exercise is what you were certified for, or?
Yes, that was a general certification.
Okay.
Things have kind of changed over those 30 years. Now, instead of getting like that one was a general certificate that allowed me pretty much to teach anything.
Oh, wow.
Now you get certified to teach Pilates. You get certified to teach spinning. You get certified to teach different
like kettlebells
or so that has changed.
Yeah.
So instead of just going to a workshop and learning how to do it and coming back, now you need a certification for a lot of things.
Wow.
So it's changed a little bit.
So do you think that the exercise industry has changed so much, or they have special training for safety in each of those categories? Why do you think it's so specialized now? It just seems kind of, if you know how to be a group, maybe I'm naive.
Well, the cynical thought might be that they make more money from doing that.
I think a lot of it is money, unfortunately. Yeah. But it does allow you, it makes you very specialized, which can be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because if you come in and you're only certified to teach spinning, that's really all you know.
Right.
And then you may not feel comfortable teaching kickboxing or Pilates or anything else because you haven't been exposed to those things.
Sure.
Right.
Well, that makes sense. Well, and I think there's different music for each one and different moves for each one.
Oh, yeah, and all kinds of different safety factors. Right. So in some ways, I think it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I got certified, there was no spinning. That didn't even exist yet.
That's right.
So there are things, Pilates wasn't in the genre back then. It wasn't something we knew about. It was pretty much you taught on the floor, you taught on the step, you learned basic small weightlifting, and that was about it.
Well, I remember jazzercise, that kind of thing,
and
was
all
real
those
popular
step
30 years
classes.
Ago. Step classes, right? Yeah.
I still teach step.
I know they're very popular.
A lot of people like step. I am a little klutzy on the step, so I have tried it a few times, but it challenges me. I don't know, from a balance standpoint, I think. And then other things I don't feel so funny about it, but step's a hard one for me. What do people like particularly about step?
Some people like step because it feels kind of like dancing. My step class has a set choreography.
Okay.
And so you will learn the choreography by doing, maybe we start off with 8 reps, then we cut down to 4, then to 2, and then however it fits into the choreography. So I try to teach it, and then as you learn it, you're exercising, and then when the choreography is all finished, you're like, oh, you have this sense of satisfaction, of accomplishment. And I tell them it's kind of like the benefits of dancing, because there's a cognitive benefit. You can't not concentrate in the middle of a step class. You have to.
That's true.
You have to
You
stay
cannot
focused.
be daydreaming.
I think it's good brain work, because oftentimes we think we can multitask and do this and do that at the same time. A step class and other classes require you stay focused, stay there. I think that's very true. Like with yoga, there's some other classes you really need to stay focused. Can't go grocery shopping while you're in the middle of a step class. Doesn't work very well.
No, none of the, what am I going to eat after this class?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm hanging there in a plank, my mind does tend to wander.
Yeah.
When is the 10 minutes going to be up? It feels like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
So since the step class, so you're certified in step, but also Pilates.
I have another certificate to teach Pilates, yep. Mm-hmm.
And can you just give us a little overview on Pilates? Because not everybody takes Pilates classes and knows what that is.
Pilates is very much a core focused exercise. So we focus on the strength of your core, just so you can be functional, so you can live life, so you can be strong enough to move the way we should move in our lives. Mm-hmm. Pilates has changed. It used to be very set. Joseph Pilates had a certain number of repetitions and a certain series of moves, and like a lot of things, it has morphed into other things. And so a Pilates class may include weights, balls, rings, all kinds of other, I call them toys. They're a good way to distract, but a good way to challenge at the same time. So I try to incorporate lots of toys in my class just to keep people interested and challenged. But its main focus is on core strength.
Right, okay.
Mm-hmm. So you'll find a few planks in my class and a few kind of push-ups, mostly core strength stuff.
Yeah. Core is so important.
Yeah, for just about anything, whether you play golf or, whatever you're doing, core strength is really important.
Running.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Right. Well, it seems like it affects everything, just your day-to-day. Just standing in your kitchen, it would help to have a stronger core.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think particularly women over 50, that's something that everyone's has on their list, at least in the back of their mind, to strengthen their core.
And core is more than just your abdomen, it's your back and the whole part of your body, that it's not just your...
Yeah, people start to think it's your six-pack, but it's your hips, your ribs, the whole body, the trunk.
Yes,
right?
your trunk.
Is that the right way to think of it?
That would be a good way to put it.
Your torso.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Everything but arms and legs.
Pretty much.
And head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think there was another certification that you mentioned.
Yes, I'm certified to teach SilverSneakers.
I know a little bit about SilverSneakers, but not much. Can you tell us?
That's designed for people who are 65 and older, and there are various levels. So there are SilverSneakers classes that are taught entirely in a chair.
Okay.
And so you don't need to be able to stand. There are some SilverSneakers classes where you will sit part of the class in a chair. Then there are some SilverSneakers classes where there's no chair at all. So there's a progression. So let's say you come in as a very unfit 70-year-old. You might start in a chair-only class, build so you get stronger, and until you can do a class, maybe you don't need a chair at all. I would hope there are a few 50-year-olds that need a chair when they're exercising, but I watched a video the other day of a woman rehabbing after knee surgery, and she was doing chair exercises. I'm like, yes, there really is no excuse to not exercise. You can exercise your upper body even if your knee is not functioning properly. If the doctor says no weight, then you do it in a chair.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's basically modifications of other exercises.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes. So if you have a shoulder injury, how do you do, or like lots of people, I'm currently teaching a class where there's a number of people that have had hip surgery. Their hip mobility is very limited. So I have to know how do you accommodate someone who has limited hip mobility or limited knee mobility. And I was asked, will I teach you how to get off the floor if you fall down? And so I did. I showed them. This is how you get off the floor if you were to fall.
And that's a very important skill.
And it is. And it doesn't really matter what age you are. You got to know how to get up.
Right.
And get up properly. And
Right.
so, yeah. But that's what SilverSneakers is all about.
Many of us, myself included, have gone through an injury of sorts and have to recover and come back from, physical therapy and different things. And I know we were talking separately that you had some surgery this past summer. Would you be willing to talk about that with our listeners?
Oh, sure. I had surgery this summer. I had a hysterectomy. And then pretty much my doctor said to let pain be my guide as far as what I do and not do. And so 2 days after my surgery, I walked down my driveway and back. That was all I could do.
Right.
And then the day after that, one down the driveway, one house and back. And then the third day, down the driveway, 2 houses and back. So I've been always this way, very conservative when it comes to recovering after any injury. If the doctor says, let pain be your guide, listen to the doctor and listen to the pain. If it hurts, that's your body sending signals for about something, whether it's you need rest or ice or whatever it is. So I've been always pretty conservative when it comes to that. And little bit by little bit, I built up. But I was very conservative. Even when I was 2 weeks out, it was like, okay, I'm walking, but I'm walking flat.
You didn't go find the hilliest stretch of road.
No hills. It was going to have to be flat for a little while because I went out one day and I did a hill and I'm like, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So, you just decide, okay, I'm not doing hills for another couple days. Let my body heal.
So before you had the surgery, obviously, if you're teaching classes, how many classes a week do you teach? Oh.
I only teach 3 classes a week right now.
Okay.
I sub here and there. I really like hiking. That's the thing I really like to do. Okay. So I do more Group X in the winter because usually Northeast Ohio is not that wonderful for hiking. But, we hiked 10 miles last weekend, so.
Okay. But you are pretty active. You were in good shape when you had your surgery. I mean, you...
Yes. I was walking... I went into surgery purposely strong.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, so what you knew you were going to have the surgery, you made sure you were getting as fit as you could be.
Yes, I wanted to go into as strong, and because recovery's hard. It's hard on your body. It's hard on your brain. It's like, so let's go in with the strongest body that I can have, and maybe recovery won't be quite so bad.
So if you're recovering. And if it's gone on long, it doesn't take that long to really start losing your muscle and all the great things that you could do before. So you mentioned walking. What would your recommendations be for coming back from an injury?
Now, let me just jump in and with a disclaimer. We know you're not a doctor,
right.
a physical therapist.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to solve. I'm not saying I have some injury and I want you to fix it, but if just some general advice of what you would say would be a good way to work on recovering.
Like from a knee injury, what kind of injury? Because like abdominal surgery is very different than knee surgery versus shoulder surgery. So
yeah, let's say a leg problem.
So if you didn't have to have surgery, if you just hurt your knee
right.
and you're rehabbing it, the pool's like your best friend.
Oh, pool, right.
Yes, I would highly recommend the pool. Because you can be in there totally weightless. You can wear a float belt, and that way you don't even have to touch the bottom of the pool. So the water is a great medium for exercise. Always listen to your doctor. If there's physical therapy involved, do what your therapist says. And if he gives you homework, do the homework. If he gives you exercises to do in between sessions, do them. Okay, so rehabbing an injury with your knee, I would recommend the pool if you didn't have surgery. But anyway, so yes, the pool could be your best friend, and then always listen to what your therapist says and do the exercises. If he gives you exercises to do in between sessions with him, do them.
I suspect a lot of people don't do them, but
they don't.
It's funny.
It's kind of like, well, why don't I eat healthy?
Right, because we all know that.
That's right. We know we should.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So how do you define fit? Like if you were going to describe someone that they want to get fit, how would you measure fitness? How do you define fitness?
Wow.
I know some people talk about, different scales or different things, but how do you think of it?
For me, I think fitness has many facets. It's not just, are you skinny? Because I know some very thin people that are very unhealthy. So I don't know that thinness is a good way to measure being fit. I think fitness can be some of what you think. How do you see yourself? What's your perception of life? Are you a person that's always, like the character from Winnie the Pooh, the Eeyore guy, Are you always like, it's cloudy and rainy every day, nothing will ever get better? That's not fit. Mm-hmm. You need an attitude adjustment because just the fact that we are living and breathing and able to see, our lungs are functioning, our hearts are beating, we are able to walk and talk, that is a gift.
Yeah.
And so I think fitness can be, a lot of it's in your head. One of my, mantras of sort has been, I think I can. I think I can. And I've been able to do a lot of things I never thought I could.
Like what?
Like last year, my husband and I, not last year, 2017, we went to Switzerland and we hiked. We hiked the Swiss Alps.
Oh, wow.
And we hiked 6 days straight.
Oh, my gosh.
Like 7 or 8 hours a day for 6 days. I never thought I could do such a thing.
Wow.
And on day 5, it was, okay, just one more step. Just one more step. Just one more step. Because it was hard. Even though we had really trained for this vacation, there are no mountains in Ohio.
No, it's pretty hard to train for mountains.
Well, you're definitely at altitude.
No. Our highest altitude was only 8,000.
Well, only 8,000.
So we didn't.
We're like 300 here.
It's not like Colorado where it's 14,000 and there's altitude sickness. We had none of that.
Okay.
But it's still, it's a challenging up. It's a challenging down. Mm-hmm. And so that I think I can, that little engine that could was my attitude many days when, it's hard. This is hard. But then, you get your reward. You get to the top of a mountain, whether it's figuratively or literally, and it's so worth it. It's like, every picture you've seen of Switzerland, this is what it looks like. Mm-hmm. It's just the most beautiful place on the planet. And so anyway, that was one of my I think I can kind of things after 50, closer to 60.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Did you have to carry your clothes, your supplies, or were they?
No, that was one thing we splurged on. We only had to carry what we needed for the day.
Okay.
So we carried our water and our food, and some days we carried a jacket. Most days we carried a jacket, and some days we carried a pair of shoes in case we needed to switch out shoes.
Oh, right.
But no, we had a person that took our luggage from one place to another.
Oh, how nice.
So we only had our packs were probably
like a day pack.
10 or 15 pounds.
Right.
And I'm too old to carry all my clothes for a week backpacking.
Right.
Well, never say never.
So that's like, okay, that's not a vacation.
Well, we talked with Janet Palco, and she carried her pack for 50 days, everything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, through Spain. So you're the second person that's gone to Europe and done some serious hiking that we've talked with. And I would define that as fit. Maybe
Yes,
that's
I would
more
too.
than fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, people think, oh, you have to run marathons or you have to do this. No, you don't. What fits your desires? What fits your dreams? What fits your mind? I like hiking or walking just because you can do it anywhere, everywhere. Obviously, you need to know where it's safe. If you're in a city, that's another ball game. But all you need is a pair of shoes.
Right.
You don't need anything special. Just a good pair of shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes it sound so fun and easy to get started with.
Yeah.
Like, how long do you walk? Do you walk each day, or
I
do you
don't
have a
walk
set schedule?
every day. I walk many days.
Mm-hmm.
Today, the sunshine was just calling me outdoors. I'm thinking, I think it's supposed to rain tonight. So I walked earlier today. On the weekends, we try to get out at least twice and walk. We love the metro parks in this area and the Buckeye Trail. Mm-hmm. And so we walked 5 miles on Saturday and 5 miles on Sunday.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have the, Cuyahoga Valley National Park here and all the metro trails. We're very blessed with a lot of trails.
Yes, we are. And there's no excuse even in the summer because most of the trails are in the woods. So even if it's 85 degrees outside, you're hiking in the shade and it's not so hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unlike some people, or if you're on a mountain or whatever and there's just this intense sun, that makes it doubly hard, I think.
Right. Or if you're in the south and going for a hike in the middle of the day can be excruciating. So, you have a lot of people who do their walking early in the morning before it gets to be super hot.
Yeah.
Or maybe in the evening after dusk.
Yeah.
So a lot of the women that listen to our podcast have very busy lives, just like all of us. So what routine would you suggest for women over 50 who don't have a lot of time? Like just say 15 minutes to get and stay fit. Is there some sort of exercise routine that you would?
It has to be something you like. That would be my first recommendation. If you don't like it, you won't do it, even if you had 20 hours.
That's the same thing as the eating healthy.
So if you don't like it, you won't do it. So find something you like. If you don't like spinning, don't buy a bike. If you don't like lifting weights, then buy one of those little mini tramps and do it while you watch TV. If you like spinning and you have a stationary bike, then put on your favorite podcast and spin while you're listening. I think there are ways to work it in if you choose to. I think after 50, it's recommended that we lift weights because we need to build our muscles and our bones. When I'm working out at home, I try to incorporate weights. And they don't have to be huge weights. But
like dumbbells?
Dumbbells, yes. Dumbbells.
And basically you do, I'm not even sure what this move is.
Bicep curls.
Bicep curls.
Yeah. So, it could be anything.
Then,
overhead presses.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are so many awesome resources even on YouTube. Mm-hmm. If you want a chair exercise routine, YouTube, there's a lot of really good stuff. You want to learn how to do Pilates, there's some really good resources on Pilates. Turn on a YouTube video. I know that when you've got kids and you're going here and there, maybe you're the one who runs to the basement to get the frozen vegetables rather than you send your children, some of those kinds of things.
Right.
Yep. Do the stairs. I'll tell you, laundry is my friend when it comes to getting my steps in.
Absolutely.
And I try not to bundle everything up and bring everything at once.
Well, so we talked about this. Sometimes I make multiple trips, but sometimes if I'm trying to do the strength thing, I do bundle them all up and carry them so that.
Okay.
You
That
know,
makes
you
sense,
got to
too.
alternate it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes carrying in the whole week's worth of groceries in one trip
Yes.
takes some muscle.
Yes.
Yeah, especially if it's a 50-pound bag of dog food.
Yeah, well, yeah, then that probably gets a separate trip.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't do 50 pounds of dog food.
That one I have to work out for.
Well, so I told you I was traveling, and I don't know if it was somebody came and was it you? Somebody said I was wondering what the weight of my suitcase was, and you said I can lift it with my left hand, so I know it's under 50 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know I can't lift the 50 pounds with my left arm. I'm pretty good with my right, but I can tell if it.
So I
So
used
did you
that.
weigh it at the airport?
It was under 50 pounds. I
Yeah.
didn't, but coming back, it was exactly at 50 pounds. But then Mary, who I was traveling with, was worrying about her suitcase being overweight, and I went over and I just lifted up and I said, "It's not 50 pounds." I lifted it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
'Cause
you have a
50
frame of
pounds is-
reference. Yeah.
Yeah, 50 pounds is
That's a good bit.
it's a good bit to try and lift with one arm.
Well, yeah, it's dead weight. Like if you try to pick up a 50-pound kettlebell, you know that's 50 pounds. I mean, you know, it's
Well, yeah, to do it with one arm.
for me to do 25-pound kettlebells. That's significant, you know. So it really helps when you're traveling with your luggage.
Right, that was funny because I was worrying that it was overweight, and Chris was my scale.
That's great. Yeah.
Well, Diane, we have something that we call the lightning round.
Okay.
The lightning round.
Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. And basically, we'll give you a couple choices, and then you can pick which one you would use, or you would suggest which one's for you.
Quick question. You can do a quick answer, or you can elaborate. Whatever you choose. It's just this is just
Yeah. You don't have to explain, but you can if you want to. So I'll start it off.
okay.
Planks or burpees?
Planks.
Run or bicycle.
I would have to bicycle.
Okay.
Yeah, I had knee surgery a couple years ago, and running is out.
Okay.
Right. Zucchini or butternut squash?
I have to pick. I love them both.
Okay, that's a good answer.
How do you make them?
I like butternut squash oven roasted.
Yeah,
That's
me too.
my favorite. Or in a soup. I pureed in a soup. I have
nice.
that quite often. Zucchini. The last zucchini I made was in a beet soup. So by the time it was done, you didn't even see the zucchini anymore because it was all pink. But I like pretty much every vegetable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's healthy. That's great. We're working on getting more vegetables. I say we. I am working on getting more vegetables into my diet for 2019.
Maybe you need to do the rainbow challenge.
The Rainbow Challenge. What's that?
It's basically eat the rainbow of colors of vegetables and
It's not Skittles, is it?
no, not the rainbow of Skittles.
Eat the rainbow. All right. Yeah.
Vegan or paleo?
Vegan.
Okay. Gym or park? That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. I like both. I like the solitude kind of thing of the park. It's usually my husband and me that we go out and we walk, and that's our time to catch up and be together. It's kind of our little date thing. But the gym is good because then I see my girlfriends and I get to connect with other people that I don't see any other place but the gym, and that has equipment that I don't have at home. So I can't pick.
Okay.
I want both.
Fair enough.
Different places for different times. Salad or sandwich?
Salad.
Treadmill or elliptical?
Oh, I don't like either.
You don't have to.
You don't say neither.
Either.
Neither. Wine or beer?
Oh gosh, I don't like either.
Okay.
That's okay
I'm
too.
boring.
All right. What about these two? Kettlebell or dumbbell?
Dumbbells. Yeah, I'm not crazy about kettlebells. I know they have a place, and lots of young people really like them. My son wanted one for Christmas one year, 35-pounder. I'm like, you go, boy. They're not my favorite. I think just because the dumbbell is more familiar to me,
Okay.
then, and so it's more comfy, like an old pair of shoes. I can do it. I don't have to think so much about how to use it, because there are some different safety issues with the kettlebell.
Right.
So
I only started to like kettlebell after I took a kettlebell class, but I remember how nervous I was at the beginning because I thought I would do it wrong.
yeah,
And get hurt.
yeah,
Yeah. But now I like kettlebell better.
Oh, there
but
you
this
go.
is about you. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. But I'm just going to say there are some things I like using the kettlebell more, and there are some things I prefer the dumbbell. I think it just depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the push press or, and the swings a lot. And
With
you can't
the
really do
kettlebell.
a swing
Well, you
with
can't
a
do a
dumbbell.
swing with a dumbbell.
It's awkward to me. It feels awkward.
yeah. I mean, you got to use what you like.
That's right. It goes back to what you said originally. Use what you like.
And if you don't have either of those, you could use a resistance band.
That's right. That's right. Get the workout.
Yeah.
Okay, quinoa or rice?
Quinoa.
Great. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea. Okay.
What kind of tea?
Oh my goodness, I love just about any kind of tea. I was just given some oolong tea that came from Kosovo, and it's awesome. But I like most any kind of tea.
Okay.
Nice. And then our last one, bread. Yes or no?
I like sprouted grain organic bread. So that's what I eat these days, like the Ezekiel bread.
Ezekiel bread.
Right.
For a long time, I thought I couldn't eat bread because it bothered my stomach.
Yeah.
And so I started eating the sprouted grain bread, and
What a difference,
it
huh?
made a difference for me. I'm not a dietitian.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was my experience. So one of my favorite breakfasts is sprouted grain bread toasted with peanut butter and broccoli sprouts. So there we are.
Broccoli sprouts.
That sounds good. I don't know about the broccoli sprouts on there, but
I'm trying to get in more vegetables.
do you toast the bread?
I do.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really good.
I like the sprouted bread toasted with avocado.
That'd
That-
be good too.
yeah,
But
that's really
peanut
good.
butter. I love peanut butter, so that
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
broccoli sprouts. That's a good idea.
I don't know if I've ever had broccoli sprouts. That's going to have to be part of my rainbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something new.
Yeah, something new.
Yeah, maybe that's the challenge. Try one new vegetable a week.
Okay. I can do that for sure. I was afraid you were about to say a day. And
Oh no! Just think about buying one new vegetable a day. That would be
that'd be very challenging.
That would be very challenging.
a week.
A week I can do. 52 weeks, 52 new vegetables. There are so many vegetables that I don't even know about, I'm sure.
Oh, my new favorite are the Asian. They're purple sweet potatoes. They're like purple
Oh, I've
all the
seen
way
those.
through.
Yeah, but I haven't had them.
Are they
Ooh la
super
la.
sweet? They look different for
They,
sure.
they look different. They look like a beet when you cook them. I oven roasted them, and they were awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. I had never had them till this winter.
They do
Sprouted
not.
broccoli.
They do not taste. They taste like a sweet potato. I
They
assume,
do. hmm
not a beet.
No, they don't taste like a beet. But if you serve them, someone's going to ask you, "Are these beets?" Because that's what they'll look like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
that was my new vegetable the last month or so.
That's cool.
Okay. Well,
That sounds great. Well, I really appreciate you coming over and providing all of this insight into recovery and exercise for women over 50 and just fun ways to stay fit and healthy.
You're welcome.
yeah. Thank you for being here. It's been great.
My pleasure.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Diane, for that great discussion. It was really good to hear about how you do so many different things and hiking and recovering from surgery. That's really impressive. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like her philosophy. She just really has a fun outlook on exercise, and it was fun hearing about her hiking adventures as well.
It sure was.
I think I turned the recording off too soon, Jill, because we really got into some good discussions about food after the recording was over.
Well, that figures, doesn't it? We did. I know she told us about a great salad dressing.
Yeah, that salad dressing recipe, and I'll make sure that it's in the show notes.
Okay.
And I think she told us about a new vegetable, too, that she likes to eat broccoli sprouts. It's a great way to get her vitamins, yes.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good way to start the day.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be working on trying to get more vegetables into my diet.
Well, we're doing our one new vegetable a week challenge. That may be more of a challenge than people want to do, but I think if we could at least squeeze in one new vegetable a week, or as often as we can, I think that might be kind of fun.
I'm going to try to post mine when I get a new vegetable here. I'll post it maybe on the website. I think that's probably the easiest. If any of the listeners come up with some new vegetables, please post them too, either on our Facebook pages, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, or our website. I'd love to hear about them.
Right, I would too. Also, I do think it's a legitimate thing if you have a vegetable that you've had before, but you find a new way to serve it. That counts too.
That's great. That's great, because sometimes it's hard to find a brand new one.
Yeah, that's true. So I also wanted to remind our listeners, if they're enjoy the podcast, they can subscribe on iTunes or wherever they listen to their podcasts. That way they'll always have the most current episode available to them.
And they can also subscribe to our weekly newsletter, and that way they won't miss any of the articles that we write or the podcasts.
That's true.
And they can do that right on the website.
Okay, that's good. Good to know. They just have to submit their email. They'll get a weekly message from us.
Well, I think that's all I have for today.
I think so, too. It was a great episode. Thanks, Chris. And I hope everyone will join us for our next episode of the Fit Strong Women Over 50 podcast for the Becoming Elli community.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.